Hi everyone, welcome to my devlog number 5 and today we will add a really smart guy to our game. He looks like the player but he is not. He can do this. Let's start. My name is Sajesh Nayan and I am making a really cool time travel based game that will have a lot of surprises, unique elements and really fun stuff. And today we will tackle something really cool. So for one of my levels I need a really smart enemy, and he is not going to be a typical enemy. He is not going to attack or harm the player. He will just run away. Yes, he just have to run away from the player. Sounds simple, right? Wrong. As my level design is a bit complex, a lot more complex, it is really tough to make an enemy that can move around this level with realistic movements. So my enemy needed mainly two mechanics. Number 1 is to run across the level smartly, and number 2, whenever the player goes ahead or comes near to him, just attack. Just make him stop. For movements, I tried different approaches like pathfinding, real physics-based movement, smart steering behaviors, etc. Physics-based movement was needed because I didn't want my enemy to look independent of physics. So I had to use physics, but there was a problem. If I use physics, let's say rigid body, and while moving around such complex levels, so if something collides with my enemy or if the force is added a little more or little less, then it can cause problems. The enemy can stuck in the platforms, fall down or may show weird behaviors. I have faced that a lot with rigid bodies, so I have to find a different approach. I needed physics but I can't have physics. Just like a girlfriend. I need a girlfriend but I can't have one. So I decided I will make fake physics. Yes, it will look like real physics whenever I need it, and in all the other cases it won't be present to cause any problems. I needed a few movements for my enemy like walk, run, dash, jump, ledge jump, hang jump, trampo jump, crouch walking, slope climb, slope slide, random action, ladder climb up, ladder climb down, rope sling, rope slide, moving platform, rope swing, super rope puller, twisted path, hidden movement, wall slide, wall jump, falling platform. Stop. So here is what I did. I created some information nodes. Yes, these nodes have the information for the enemy to what to do next. So the enemy is actually dumb. He comes to the node and the node decides what's best for him. I knew the process was going to be so long and complex. That's why I needed a very neat and clean inspector. For that reason, I created a super cool editor script which handles it very efficiently. Let's start with walk and run. So when my enemy collides with the run node, the node tells my enemy with what speed and direction to run, and my enemy simply starts doing that. It's a very simple script. It's very simple to do only if we consider simple motion. Now we need a jump mechanics. Jump was very hard, as if you remember we don't have a girlfriend. I mean we don't have physics. So I made a mathematical jump. Yes, I am smart. I made a trajectory motion equation which is a bit too complex to explain in this short video. If you want, I can make a separate video for that. So if I give the target position, the angle and the speed, then it will create a picture perfect jump without using any physics or super complex codes. So now we have a very good movement and jump mechanics. As mentioned above, I made almost 20 plus complex motions for the enemy, and if I try to explain everything in this video, then yes, it will take eternity. So I will explain a few more interesting ones. Let's try ledge jump. It was a bit tricky because it required the enemy to hang on the edge and climb. So jump was included with some additional troubles. So I faked the physics again. I determined the hang point and jumped towards that with using my previous method, and on that point, as I have no physics, so it won't do anything silly. and simply I played the animation of hang, and after a few seconds I just adjusted the position and played the climb animation, and boom, it was on the platform and looks picture perfect. But it is completely fake, just like my Instagram. I made several other motions which looked hard, but it was almost nothing. Like for crouch, I'm just using the run logic with lower speed and crouch animation. For rope slide, it looks cool. Again, just the run logic. I just gave it a tilted direction and increased the speed, just changed the animation. But can you imagine what could be the most difficult thing to do in terms of all these platforming motions? Which could be the most difficult to execute using fake physics? I'll give you 5 seconds to think and write down in the comments if you get it. Moving platforms. Yes, it sounds very simple, but trust me, it is not. It took me 5 days to make the complete enemy with all the motions and animation bug fixing, but just for the moving platform, it took me 12 days. Now I'll explain what is the problem. If I use my old projectile motion technique, then it works, but causes an error. Here is why. My trajectory motion captures the exact position where to land in a fixed time. But in moving platform, that position vary. So suppose if I start my jump, let's say at X position at time T, and I'm supposed to land at X plus 1 at time T plus 1. So when my enemy reaches there, the moving platform is also moving at a constant speed. So it may have moved ahead. So I will land on the wrong position. So if you suggest to add that extra position to my initial jump position, let's say X plus 1 is my target, but my moving platform also moves backward and it can change position at the very end. So it can cause really bad errors. It was so complex that I found 3 solutions to do it. Number 1 was really a dumb and silly beginner level solution which worked, but it required a lot of repeated work and looked less real, and it requires very less coding also. Second was a physics based solution using laws of motion. So I calculated the acceleration and velocity, not the speed because I needed the directions too. So I calculated the velocity of the moving platform. Then I started to jump. I didn't calculate the X position where to land. I calculated the time required to reach there. And I calculated a Y value, which was the displacement caused by the moving platform in that given time. So my new target was X plus Y. Third solution was a very cool approach. For this I used mathematics again. I'm very smart. I needed a smooth curve motion without the time factors. So I used an equation of Bezier curves to determine the moving position and adjust the player accordingly throughout the motion, not just giving the initial value to land on an exact position. Now I have an exercise for you guys. You have to tell me which is the perfect solution with almost 100% accuracy and which suits the game. Or if you think you have your own idea, then let's discuss. To be honest, I'm a nerd and I love such discussions. So head to my Discord, join the server and let's discuss the F out of maths and physics. And of course, game dev in general. So here is a preview of the motion. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, then do let me know in the comments or join my Discord for more. I have gone a bit too far and I have made this. It is something else. It's not for the basic enemy character, but it is far more complex. And if you want to see that next, do let me know. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.